What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified myself. Yes, yes, know that greatness. I'm here, and so is he, because it is the man, the myth, the legend, the king. He is the reason why everyone has come from all over the world to see. All right. So show some respect and bend the knee, because this is your king. This is my king. And he wears a crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. He is your king, my king, Kyng Kevyn.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining the GreatMines Show. When you were describing me, I felt like some type of freak show.
No, nothing.
But no.
But what?
No. What? Thank you very much. Thank you guys for joining us. We've got a good show going on tonight. Got a couple of celebrity situations as usual, but these good ones actually.
Yeah, we do got some really good ones. Going to my notes here, because we got an action-packed show. Quick little rundown of the agenda here. So we're gonna be talking some gossips, gossip about a couple celebrities that we follow, about Todrick Hall, some gossip about Wendy Williams, because we love talking about Wendy.
You know how everyone was talking about how Wendy Williams was talking about the Kardashians all the time, and everybody was talking about, we're not going to mention the Kardashians. I'm starting to feel that way about Wendy Williams.
She keeps coming, and it's fun. It's fun, the whole thing. We're going to talk about our guilty pleasure, the Bad Boys of Los Angeles. Bad Boys Club, but it's like they're trying to separate it, but not really. But it is what it is.
I'll talk about my feelings towards that when we get to that topic.
It's a fun show. It's a fun show. And then we're going to talk about something that has been, buzzing around Instagram and everything, and happens to do with a local or like a DC rapper who recently had a very unique funeral. Is all I got to say.
Yeah.
And then, we have a topic that came up. We see things on Facebook and we pull things from people, and somebody that I follow on Facebook posted something that we're going to be discussing, and it's about cheating and
how do you fall into those situations.
So we're going to dive right into our first topic, and we're going to lead off with Todrick Hall. So Todrick Hall has been in the news as of late, folks.
Before we start about Todrick Hall, let me just say this about him. There was a moment when I was not inspired, and I wasn't able to connect to my creativity. And for some reason, I was online. I mean, on a computer, the TV, flipping through channels and different streaming services and trying to figure out what to do, because I'm up at night, can't sleep. And I found his MTV show, Toddy's World, and I watched how he created his shows. He was doing music video after music video after music video. With literally no budget. Well, not that he had no budget, but he didn't get sponsorship from any big companies. He used his natural talents, his team and their natural talents, and he would pull off these dope ass videos. And in that I saw his drive and motivation, and that inspired me. So I will forever be grateful for seeing that experience that he had. I never really was a big Todrick Hall fan, but the man's creative. Let's give him that.
Oh yeah.
Now that I got the nice part out the way, we can get started.
We like that. We don't like to totally, come at people's necks here. We and we're not trying to come at necks.
Not at all.
We just like talking about,
the situations that they put themselves in.
We like saucy things. We like saucy wings, and this is a saucy wing. So
and I actually like them really spicy. So this is a good one.
So as of late, everyone knows that Todrick Hall recently, have been all over the place. I mean, he just went over how he got his start with his YouTube videos, you know, choreographing and
American Idol.
Yeah, American Idol, Kinky Boots on Broadway and stuff like that.
He was a backup dancer for Taylor Swift or something like that. So.
And Beyonce.
Well, he wasn't a backup dancer for. He did that splash mob
video
with her, and she shared it and stuff.
Yeah, but I think trying to get to the story here.
Oh, my bad.
All these advertisements. No. It's not you. It's the advertisements. So, but as of late, and then he went on Big Brother, of course, placed second.
Let me say this. I always feel like certain celebrities shouldn't do reality TV because it will hurt their brand more than it would help their brand. Mm-hmm. And this is a perfect example of that. Because, like, when people are oblivious to your real stink attitudes or how shady you are or how conniving you can be the best star in the world, but the moment they see behind the veil and what's behind the veil is not really that good or inspiring, that the person that you portray to be, and it's like polar opposite, that hurts more than it helps you. So I think that this is the perfect situation of what happens when your character can't keep up with your talent.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think it also, you also have to know, honestly, because the thing with Big Brother is that like I said, you're always on camera, you know, right. You never know. And I think that people go into the confessional thinking that the confessional is just going to be them and the producers and the people aren't going to see it, you know, so you do have to mind your tongue in the confessionals, you know, to an extent, especially when it comes to celebrity Big Brother, because they see all that. You know, when it comes to the regular Big Brother, they see it all after, you know, especially if you're in the house for a really long time. If you're one of the first 4 evicted, you get to see the whole season. But if you're not one of the first 4 evicted, you won't see it, you know, you won't see a lot of stuff until the very end, because you're a part of, you know, jury at that point. But like, yeah, he could have controlled it. Yeah. I just think that, you know, he got lost in the whole Big Brother sauce. But surely so a couple of days ago, you know, Us Weekly reported that, you know, or not reported, well, they reported, and it's not alleged because this is an actual thing. It's a file, it's public record now. We can all go find it. So Todrick Hall being sued for $60,000 in back rent by landlords for a mansion he previously claimed to have bought. Yeah, so it's not a good look. No. Not a good look at all. So I don't know if you guys are familiar. If you follow Todrick Hall, let us know in the comments. Hey, how you doing? But let us know in the comments and everything. But apparently he's on his YouTube channel. You know, he was
actually. I saw that video.
You saw the video?
I saw the video when he first posted it. Oh, I just bought this new house, and he did the whole MTV Cribs type tour of it and everything like that. It's like, okay, congratulations, Todrick. You worked your behind off, and you got this. You brought this beautiful. I mean, the place was beautiful, gorgeous, huge. So yes, I saw all that, and I said, like everybody else, congratulations.
So apparently that wasn't his. Apparently it belongs to a couple by the name of Avi and Orna Lavion, and they basically put in a pay or quit notice, all right, on March 3rd of this year, okay, because apparently Todrick, who is 36, owes them 2 months of back rent, you know, and they basically said you need to pay or quit and get out the house,
right,
you know. And it was served to another occupant, and they filed everything in the court on the 29th over there in California. So, you know, in addition to so it's $30,000, he was paying $30,000 a month for that place. All right. So in addition to the 2 months of back rent for, you know, February and March, the landlords want reasonable attorney fees, forfeiture of the agreement, meaning, you know, vacate the premises and everything, damages at the rate of $1,000 per day, and all the other relief, quote unquote, all the other relief the court deems just and reasonable. So they're suing him for all of that in court, and yeah. So that's what Todrick Hall's dealing with. in addition to all the backlash that he's going through right now because of his Big Brother thing, to his credit, he hasn't come out. He hasn't even addressed his whole Big Brother experience publicly.
Right.
In part because he's focusing, according to him, he's focusing on, making sure that the fans who paid their tickets for the show and everything get everything that they are entitled to. And then, he'll address it once his show is off the ground, which I don't know if his show is off the ground or not. I
It's like a tour, right?
Yeah, I think it's a tour. But yeah, if you're seeing Todrick Hall, let us know in the comments.
We'd love to know. So I go onto Facebook or social media, and there are people that I know who, when the whole story broke about the rent situation with Todrick, like, I don't know, some people laugh at him and clown him like he's a clown, like there's little respect in the community for him. I personally feel like it's a shame. Like, I never really want to see anybody, for that matter, in a situation where their reputation is being tarnished or like things aren't working out for them in their tight spots. Like, I'm not going to celebrate in that either. Like, we can talk about it because like what's real is real, but I don't like that too much.
Depends on who you are.
Right now, I can't think of anybody whose name I'm willing to even utter that I would ever celebrate in that.
Celebrate their, I don't
never celebrate anyone's demise.
Some people deserve it, and not like demises and death and stuff like that.
I mean,
I'm not saying
their brand or their careers. Like, I never want to celebrate in that because, like,
oh, see, I'm like this. I'm like this. If you are a grade A jerk, and the thing about it is, what goes around comes around. A lot of people equate that to karma. Honestly, that's what we call American karma. Let's be real. It's not real karma. All right. Real karma is you doing bad stuff here in this life, and then you come back as an earthworm and get eaten by a bird. That's real karma. Okay. But American karma, right, is what goes around comes around. Okay. And, it's like, hey, if you're a jerk, then that jerkiness is going to come right back on you. All right. Eventually. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it will come.
So you remember,
like the Lord.
You remember the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? There was a moment when Falcon and Bucky were sitting across from the therapist, and Sam said, "Can you just consider for a moment that I did what I thought was right?" And we don't give people grace. People have a reason, and I'm not excusing bad behavior either. Just make that clear. But we also have to understand, like, what type of spot was he in? Like, should he have been responsible and paid his rent? Of course.
Yes.
Was he in a certain spot where he just didn't have it? Or his mind was on something else?
Well, yes, but then you also just got $50,000.
And he's still with all 10,000. So
yeah, but hey. And I'm pretty sure he could get that off of one show. Who knows? But who knows? Who knows? He may not get that much money off of his shows, but who knows his situation? It is you never want to see, people struggle, or go through, like you said, like bad things and stuff like that. Hopefully this with Todrick Hall is a difficult situation for him and not necessarily like a thing. But maybe this will be a lesson, because there are allegations allegedly out there of Todrick not being as nice of a person as he portrays. True. You know what I mean?
Right. He kind of like showed you a little bit of that in Big Brother.
Yeah. So you hope that this is like I said, an American karma lesson for him that will be like, hey, maybe if and you feel better about yourself at the end of the day, and when you're doing good things and putting good vibes out, you get the vibes that bounce back are going to be good. True. So hey, hopefully this is something that will work out for Todrick, and hopefully he will actually buy his dream home one day.
One day. Yes.
That's nice, isn't it?
See, that's so sweet of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So, as it said, you remember when I said certain people?
Yes.
Remember when I said certain people, right?
Yes.
Said certain people you kind of revel in their tears. I love Eagle fan tears. Oh, they're so delicious.
Have you ever seen Wicked?
Huh?
Have you ever seen Wicked, the stage play, music on Broadway?
No.
There's a song in their soundtrack that says "No one mourns the wicked," and it's kind of bad because people will build such a reputation about themselves that when they go through hard times, it's kind of like, I don't want to be mean, but you kind of like cause that yourself.
Right. And speaking of that, Wendy Williams is back in the news. Yeah, so
what was that?
Oh, this came out
Oh,
of
that's fine.
the laptop. Okay. So Wendy Williams is back in the news, folks. She has been stepping out. She has been playing the Diana Ross song and having a Beyonce fan in front of her everywhere she goes, talking about, I'm coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I want the world to know. Give me my money and show. Yeah. So apparently she has come out talking about she wants to return to her show, which is canceled, and
so there is no show to come back.
Will be off the air soon. Yes.
Yeah.
And so People magazine is wrote up a story talk about Wendy is ready. All right. Yeah. The 57-year-old television personality stepped out, in style last Wednesday in the stylish cheetah themed ensemble. All right. According to her Instagram post. All right. So she is on record talking about that she wants to come back. She said that she's going to be back on the Wendy Show. She said during her March interview, okay, with Good Morning America. All right, bigger and brighter than ever. All right. So that was, and on February 4th, she filed a letter to the court claiming about Wells Fargo. We talked about that.
Yeah.
As far as her getting access to her money. And it looks like things are loosening up with that, and that she will eventually get access to her money.
So we can celebrate in that. Congratulations on that, Wendy.
Yeah. But what I want to, stress is that, and I get it. She may want to come back to her show to see it out. And it's probably one of those sense of pride type of deals where, it's like, it's my show. I want to finish it out. I want to see it through to the end. And I get that, good for her if that's what she's doing. But is she like, are you trying to come back in order to, like, I guess, reestablish yourself? Maybe parlay this into some type of Amazon Prime show or something like that. You know what I mean? And I hope that that's the smart play. But
I was actually thinking the opposite. I was thinking it might be a good idea for her, and it might actually make sense that, okay, this is the Wendy Williams show. It's about to end. Let me close the show out. I started it. I'll end it.
Right.
And walk away from it gracefully, opposed to trying to hold on to something that's dying.
Walk away from it gracefully. Something that I think Wendy Williams knows nothing about. I'm just saying.
I just feel like that's the smart thing to do.
It is the smart thing to do. I just think that she is trying to come back. Like I said, there is something deeper here because she's going to lose a significant chunk, if not all of, her income. So, I mean, I know she has residuals from books,
but that's not the chunk of her income could possibly be the show. Yeah. So this is the thing that I think would work for Wendy. Wendy has so many years of journalistic radio under her belt. At a certain point in her life and her career, she pivoted and she did television. She did it for a great amount of time. Now's the time. Now that that's going downhill, because she still has a voice, she still has a following. People don't want to hear her and for nothing else, just be entertained by what she has to say. Pivot again, Wendy. Go back to radio. Go do a podcast. Do another talk show like that. It's a different brand. It's still you, but it's a different brand, and you have the opportunity to recapture your audience.
Yeah, I think you have an opportunity to honestly, your audience. I think the Wendy fans are going to follow Wendy regardless. If you're a Wendy head, you're going to be
and there's some diehards out there.
Team Wendy, yeah. I think what she has an opportunity to is to turn some people that like me, you know what I mean? I'm that person where I'm not, very much a Wendy fan,
So if she
Mhm.
was to do that, if she was to do a podcast,
Mhm.
what would you want to hear? Like if she's going to do the same thing
I
she's
would
been
want
doing for the past 20
no,
years.
no. I want it to be her. You know what I mean? I want it to be her, like, because the thing with podcasts and people who do podcasts and stuff like that, and the most successful podcasts are that you really do get a sense of who the people are. You get a peek behind the mask and stuff like that. And podcasts are very informal.
But, all right, but what is she talking about? Is she just sitting there for a continuous podcast indefinitely for now, talking about herself?
No.
Right. So what is she talking about?
Like, don't give me gossip stuff, because you made your bones in that and everything else like that, and that seems to be your shtick, but don't do that on that podcast.
Right.
Talk to me about some real things. You know what I mean? Dive into topics that you really, really, really are into. Hopefully not outing people.
So I think at this point in her life, like, it's cute when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, not even 40s, but
she was in her 40s.
So she was able to stretch that into her 50s.
Yeah.
You've done it now. I think as a mature woman, and I'm not calling you old, Wendy, but as a mature woman, and there are some 20-year-old mature women, it's time to pivot your brand. I'm older now. I'm more settled in my ways. I'm not newly at this point, but I'm single.
Into political gossip.
That's what I was about to say. Talk political stuff, talk current events, become a real journalist. Trust me, there's an audience who will still, you can add your shade in that into all that as well.
You can still be you can still do the gossip things, but take your focus from, outing up and coming music people,
exactly.
And
stop talking about entertainment
and stuff like that, and focus it on the people who really try to hide all the stuff.
Right. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
And really try to be that provocateur that you were in the Black community, and now that you have bona fides in the white community, be that provocateur in their community. All right, because you've done a lot of damage over here. Okay, let's be real. All right. For as all of the bells and whistles and glitter and chairs and wigs and sneakers, and everything that you do over here, shoe cam.
Ooh,
like go over there.
You know what? Hold on. Another thing that she could do, because she was doing it on the Wendy show, is do makeup reviews, bag reviews, reviews about these things. You can have your segments. In your podcast, but like do those different types of things.
Talk about what the senator from North Dakota's wife wore to the North Dakota State Fair. Do something like that.
You could be the next Black Joan Rivers.
Yes, but do it to the people. But that we don't really too much care about, and make us care about it, because that's what you can do.
Absolutely.
And if you are looking for people to employ that will help you, Wendy, by all means, we will take your money, okay, and make you more, okay?
Let's do it.
All right. So so let us know in the comments what you think about Wendy coming back. Are you excited? Do you
think she's actually going to come back? Will they allow her to? Like, it's her show, but like, she's not the producers right now. She's not producing the show. They are. They've been keeping the flow all this time while she's been out,
right,
getting herself together or whatever she was doing.
Yep. Probably in the transition to go to Sherry's show.
Right. So is there room for her to come back?
Who knows?
So yeah.
But we'll
keep
see.
an eye on it.
We'll see. We will watch this space.
Yes.
How about that?
Next, we are
going into the Bad Boys of Los Angeles, the Bad Boys Club, but the Bad Boys of Los Angeles on Zeus.
All right.
If you don't have it, all right, and if you never heard of Zeus, when I tell you that Zeus is, and don't get me wrong, all right.
Hey, I used to think that Fox was the decline of society, but now I'm starting to think it's Zeus.
Well, Fox News. Fox News was the decline of society. Still is. Well,
with the help of Zeus.
Zeus will be the decline of Well, no, because I
That's
can't
bad.
say
I
the
should not say
decline
that.
of the.
I should not say
You
that.
know what I was gonna say? I
That was
gonna
horrible of
some
me to
terrible
say.
stuff. No,
I retract that statement. I retract that statement
because it's a certain community.
Right. It's not. I'm not gonna say the entirety of Zeus. It's not Zeus. It's certain.
It's a programming
cast members.
Yeah.
On certain programming, it's like.
Yeah. So yeah,
and this is only my opinion,
right? So if you like seeing, like reality train wrecks, yeah.
That's about as bad
Zeus,
as what I just said.
Zeus, go watch.
That's
Zeus.
about as bad as what I just said. I just retracted my statement, please.
Yeah, no, it's a train wreck. So, and speaking of the train wreck on Zeus, one of the biggest train wreck, Bad Boys of Los Angeles.
All right, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to call them train wrecks because I specifically subscribe to Zeus so that way I could watch this show.
Do you know that they used
and they're going to make money because of people like me and you who
but
subscribe to their channel so we can watch they know what they're doing. They know that it's a mess. They know that it's like all over the place.
Guy, I'm going to blow your mind. They used to sell tickets back in the day, right? A long time ago, before TV, they used to sell tickets to train wrecks. They used to just put trains on like old trains that were like, dead and out of service, and then just crash them into each other. People like seeing train wrecks, and people will pay to see train wrecks. All right?
Damn.
This is actually, you can look it up. It is actual history. You can look that up.
I'm going to check that one out.
Yes. They used to crash trains for fun, and people used to pay to watch it happen. So,
what type of money do they have to just crash trains?
They were mostly old trains that were like going out of service.
I know, but like to create an entire scenario where you got two trains on the same track, a camera crew, the proper permits.
Well, no, there's no camera. I'm talking about like way back in the day, like when trains.
Okay,
there were no cars,
to get the permits
so trains
to do
were
stuff like that.
No, there's no permits. There's no permits.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's no permits for that. They just crash them on an unused track and then clean up the mess, scrap it, and there you go.
But one way or another,
probably cheaper than paying people to break apart the train.
That's still clean up and all that. Anyway, so
but you done made $1,000 selling tickets that people could watch it.
Good
Zeus. Zeus's business model. There we go. Smart people there.
So
Zeus.
On the Bad Boys Club or the Bad Boys LA.
Yeah.
We are on episode 2 or 3 at this point.
Yeah, I think it's 2.
It's 3 because like the first 2 episodes were all focused on this one specific day. Then the third episode is like, oh, it's a new day finally.
Yeah.
So on this third episode, this is right after we find out that we watch Carry On go back and forth with Moolah Mo and Curtis about his sexuality, and them pressuring and questioning him about his sexuality, and telling him
for the record, Moolah Mo and Curtis Golden are supposed to be straight.
Yeah, they are the alleged straight guys of the house. And at the beginning of the show, Carry On was just questionable. Like they asked him, he didn't say yes, he didn't say no, but he did. He just left it as what it was.
His main thing was, why does it matter to you? Why does it matter to you? And honestly, that is a very, very legitimate answer to that question. If anyone is ever asked about your sexuality, why does it matter to you? That's a legitimate answer. Right. And whoever asked the question needs to just drop it right there. It's a lesson, but people don't know. So carry on.
All right. So I want to help people like Curtis and more so Moolah Mo out, because there are a lot of people who think that it's appropriate, think that they're entitled to knowing someone's sexuality.
We're using Curtis and Moolah Mo as an example, but
Stoney, for people
Stoney's
like
real as a rock. You say people like that. Let's be real. Hey, insecure black straight men. All right, let's be real. Let's talk to the audience and be real. Insecure black straight men.
Yes.
Okay, are the ones who need to hear this. So,
absolutely. So yeah, it's never appropriate. First off, I say this: like most gay men, if they were to approach you and say, "Oh, you're cute or you're attractive," and they would like to get to know you, and you say, "I'm good, I'm straight," they will back off. You do not have to generalize an entire population and treat people any different. If you work with someone who happens to be gay, you have a family member who happens to be gay, who the hell cares? I was watching something the other day and it was talking about like toxic masculinity, and there was a group of guys, and I don't know their sexuality. I know it was like maybe mixed, straight, bi, gay, but it was a group of guys. And one of the guys said one of the things that he really hates to hear is when people automatically associate toxic masculinity to being a man. There's a such thing as being masculine and being productive and being healing and things like that, and nourishing. I think that whole toxic masculinity, that's a choice. When you talk about being gay, no, my sexuality is a part of my identity and my makeup. It's not something that I said, oh, let me choose to do or to be. It's a part of who I am. But being a toxic having that toxic masculinity a part of your makeup is a choice. I'm choosing to be toxic because you could also choose to just mind your damn business.
Right.
So don't stop engaging people. Like, they're not changing your life one way or another. Leave them alone.
Right. And basically, you know, as you guys get just of, you know, Moolah Mo and Curtis were really pushing the point. And it spread over literally 3 episodes, honestly, of the show has been, and it's kind of established the narrative on the show of straight versus gays.
Right.
You know, in part because a lot of the cast on
the show is
Bad
predominantly
Boys is
gay.
Predominantly gay. And you know, there's two. There's two Caucasian gays. You know, Dylan is
he's gay.
I'm getting a headache.
He's gay.
Trying to think about it.
There's no need to even like go through it. Let's not even go through this with Dylan. Dylan is gay.
Because you got Dylan from Tennessee, and then you got
William the Baddest. But see, William the Baddest also introduced himself to the show as I'm openly gay. I'm the first gay white rapper in certain, I forget what city he was from.
In LA?
Yeah, LA. Yeah. Okay. But one way or another, he's like just gay. There's no question.
Yeah, no, he got a rainbow thunderbolt tattooed on his face.
But when you talk about Dylan, still no question.
Can't get no gayer than that. Been walking around with a in your mouth all the whole time.
So with the Bad Boys Club, though, just to get back to this thing, I really think that Moolah has a real insecurity about himself somewhere. Yeah, because he's too easily triggered.
And it's weird because they're justifying trying to get Carry On to, you know, basically out himself. Because,
I want to say something, though.
And one of the reasons that they used was because, hey, if we're playing with him, you know, we need to know.
Oh, so I want to get into that, but let me say this before we get to that, because that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. People talk about toxic masculinity, but we do not talk about toxic femininity.
Yeah, no.
Because I think that's why we get people like Moolah Mo. Because it's not just him just saying, oh, I just hate gay people, or it's also because of the pressure that some black women put on straight black men
to be, you know, or black men in general to be that strong black man and stuff like that, when it's not really people's character. You have to let them develop.
Someone read a meme to me about damn, it just slipped out my brain that quick. Say what you were saying, and when it comes back, I'll get back into it.
Well, no, what I was saying is, like, you can't just force it on, you know, you can't just force masculinity on little boys. You know what I mean?
I got it.
You have to let them grow into it, and you have to let them grow into their own uniqueness, because even I've been around, and I'm a jock, I'm an athlete to play college sports and everything else like that. I've been around, you know, guys who hunt and you know, do all types of stuff, and I've been around guys who are, you know, super duper metro and go for manis and petties and everything and stuff like that. And they're all athletes and stuff like that. And we're all in the same, like, it's not a matter of, you know, forcing someone to be, you know, you can't force a little boy to be your idea of a man. You know, you can't, you got to let him grow into the man that he's going and supposed to be.
Exactly. And your job is to support that. And just make sure he's his healthiest, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Make sure that you're raising that man to be respectful to all people, tolerant and accepting of all people.
Because whether or not a guy shows feminine traits or masculine traits, that person is still a male.
Exactly.
Okay. There is no, you know, there is no way around it.
This person says, I don't feel like I identify with the body that I'm in, and I identify as female.
Right.
Other than that, you're dealing with a man mentally and physically, so he's going to be who he is,
regardless of the tendencies, regardless of any type of feminine tendencies.
But it's the masculine, the toxic masculinity that's teaching them to not be. So I remember the point. There was a meme where a guy was talking about, you know, his interaction with this woman, and she wanted to cuddle. He said, I'm a dude. I don't do all that cuddling and soft stuff shit. Go get you a gay man for all that. And it's like the way people have raised their sons to feel like any type of affection, any type of love is gay or soft. And they continue this whole thing of like promoting this hate. And it's a shame because when you get on a race topic, it's the same thing. And you don't like that, but you'll turn around and do this. And it's not just like hate towards gay people. That's even disrespecting Black women. Right. It extends to that.
And Milan, they had a conversation in the episode because they all fought the first episode, but Milan Christopher, Milan Christopher, we all know who he is. So he went and approached the Mullah and Curtis, and they and he basically broke it down like that because he was like, you either with us or you over there with them, is what they were saying to Carry On, Kurt Franklin's son. And it was like that triggered Milan and the other,
gays like all the gay people got upset,
especially the ones of color,
especially them,
because of the fact that it is such a hard existence, you know what I mean? And that honestly, I mean, me watching it, that triggered me.
Yeah, me too.
To be like to get all defensive and want to fight, because of the fact that, you do get bullied. You do get, and that's why so many people stay in the closet. And
I don't think not too many black straight men know what it feels like growing up to be teased and to be bullied.
Right.
Like there are some who may just like be small and they picked on for that, but even that person they can identify with us. Most of them do when they're picked on, but like you don't know what it's like to not be at the top of the totem pole when it comes to the black community.
Yeah, especially socially, right. and that is traumatizing. It really does, because you don't know, like you. So my point
with that is like you don't have that experience, so you really don't identify. It's like a white person that's never been around black people in their life, and then they see when they don't know how to identify.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying this to excuse them. I'm saying this more so like get cultured a little bit, understand like there's more to the world that is okay outside of the world that you've lived in, that you've created for yourself. Like there's more to this world. I was being very inappropriate and teasing someone the other day about a straight man, about the fact that he don't know what he's missing when it comes down to sex. Because God played a really funny trick on all you men out there. He put your pleasure gland up your booty hole. And you think like receiving pleasure from the front is something. I'm sorry, I'm going a little left field, but at the end of the day, God played a trick on you. So yeah, you might enjoy it, but like you will never understand that full experience. That was off topic. My bad. Stoney don't like that part. I said that to you the other day, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I was like, no, but
if you're a gay man and you've ever bottomed, you ain't got to identify yourself on here, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Y'all know what you're talking about. But no, but then it seemed like the guys did get it, but then they didn't get it.
Like, so it seems like they were trying to get it. And I'll give them credit for that. It seemed like they were trying to get the message or trying to at least listen.
And I think, honestly, they wanted to clear the air with Milan, because looking at all the guys in the house, Milan is pretty much the most swollest one in the house.
Yes.
And they like, no, you don't.
Do you remember in the first episode
with everybody? So
remember the first episode when they asked Milan who would he be like interested in, and he said Mullah, and Mullah's confession was like, "Come on, why would you do me like that? Like you like 300 pounds. Oh, you benching 300.
Oh no, that was the other boy.
That was Mullah.
No, it was Mullah, but it wasn't Milan that said it. It was
it wasn't Rel.
Face. No, it wasn't Rel either.
Anthony.
It was, It was Anthony Hernandez.
No, I thought that was
gay club owner.
Milan
No,
said that.
it was Anthony. It was Anthony.
Wow.
It was Anthony who said that, and that's why he said that, because Anthony's pretty husky. You know what I mean? But like, no, Anthony is pretty husky.
Watch it again.
But
I'm
Milan
almost
is,
more than sure it was Milan.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Anthony.
All right, I'm gonna watch it again when Khalif get here anyway, so I'll let you know, because I'm almost more than sure. And if I'll confirm if it was you or if you're right, if I'm right. Okay. I really believe I'm right on this. All right, that's fine. The funny part was Kerry-On mocking the guys. So, y'all wear the same cologne? Mm-hmm. So like it was just funny
because they tried to clear the air. Well, Kerry-On approached them trying to clear the air and stuff like that, and then it basically turned back into the whole thing again.
So I feel like Curtis was trying to like move it along, but Kerry-On and Moolah just kept going at it.
Yeah. So
he was like, I mean, I'm a ride for my bull, but can y'all please just stop?
Right. I think Curtis has a little bit more maturity in him compared to
a little bit. Because when you talk about girls, he has like a 2-year-old or like a teenage kid when you talk about girls around him.
That's how most.
Right.
So, like whatever. But yeah, so then the funniest thing, and you got to watch the 3rd episode of Bad Boys because there was a moment where Relly B and Gutta and Kerry-On were sitting on the balcony, and it was like, oh, they coming out to see how everybody's doing and stuff. And it's crazy because in the first episode or the second episode, when the guys got to the mansion and they had to pick rooms, Kerry-On and Gutta got left with one room.
Right.
So they had to share a room, and apparently, and we're on day 2. So apparently they shared a room. Who knows what went on, because obviously we based off of the bus ride from the second episode, if it's in the dark, Kerry-On is okay with it. So I'm pretty sure it was dark, but on the balcony they was looking a little bit.
They definitely have a very special bond.
Yeah, they have a situationship going on there, I guess.
Can I be honest with you though? Other than being like hype or loud, Gutta really don't have, like, I don't see any, like, I don't know if this is necessarily the concept of the show for them to be fighting, but everybody's fighting each other. I don't think anybody on that show would actively go after Gutta because he's so small.
That, yeah, and the fact that Gutta just went crazy
for no reason at all.
Yeah, for no reason at all in the second episode, and I think but no, the reason was because they was fighting her man. Oh shit, that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. But no, Gutta is something, because there was like this moment where like what did Relly say? Relly said something about
he actually came out just asked him, didn't he?
Yeah, was like so with y'all, like, are y'all like, so you gonna be like her like boyfriend or something like that, or husband or something?
Yeah, it was like husband and wife or something.
Yeah. And Kerry-On was like, man, and then walked off and stuff like that.
No, but it was the moment when Gutta walked up.
Yeah.
They did all that. So I'm like,
And Kerry-On was just like, okay, like, it was cool with it and everything else like that. So
I think I know Kerry-On on the sexual on a personal tip is like more reserved. You can tell he doesn't necessarily want to put it out there like that. He's like, okay, we can do it, but chill with it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's one of them. He's one of them boys that's like, okay, I'll do it, but like, you can't be all like.
And I appreciate that he's not trying to be DL, but he's like just trying to be chill.
Right. Because I mean, like, as far as I know, Kerry-On is still, in contact with, Kurt Franklin.
What does that matter, though?
Family and stuff like that. Well, he's Christian and stuff, and we know how the Black Christians.
But you also know that gay men really run the world. And the music industry, especially in the gospel music industry, there's a whole bunch of gay men behind the scene that Kurt Franklin works with on the day-to-day, for sure. He's not
that are out.
Yeah, they're not. They may not be on stage. They could be stage crew. They could be travel people who like handle business for them, or their family members, or they're just. But this, from between costume or outfits and makeup, trust me, they're around plenty of gay men in the gospel industry as well. Again, maybe not the performers or the singers, but in that world, definitely. So I don't think, like, Kurt Franklin may not like the idea of his son being gay, and I can't speak for him, so I don't know that. it's just like I don't think that would be that big of an issue. Then at one point, Kirk Franklin do like this PSA where he kind of like apologized to gay people for the church. Maybe you don't recall that. But he did his whole thing apologizing to the gay community. He said that we didn't treat you guys right. So I just feel like that is almost annoying that they keep bringing Kirk Franklin into who Carry On is.
Right. Yeah, and that was something too, because that was what who was that? Who said that? Curtis? I think Curtis said something like that, or was it Moolah Mo?
Moolah Mo said it.
Said something like, yeah, because you Kirk Franklin's son.
Yeah, I would think that because
because you Kirk Franklin's son, that you wouldn't be, and everything like. And right. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? Like,
so is that to say, like, if he was straight and he had a baby, I wouldn't expect you to do it because you're like, he's human. And who he's attracted to is who he's attracted to, period. Why? Like, I don't understand why, like, you got to have a justification for being who you are. Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah. It's crazy. But just to let you guys know and fill out the cast, okay, we talked about Gutta K, who is this very pretty looking boy. Then we got Will the Baddest, Curtis Golden, Dylan Woods.
The boy from Tennessee.
Dylan Woods, boy from Tennessee.
He's a club owner, right?
No.
What does he do? He's not a promoter or nothing?
Apparently, when you Google him and from his Instagram page, apparently he is an Aquarius, an empath, the baddest and the biggest Purr. P-U-R-R. Purr.
I can't do the R roll, but yeah, that.
And yeah, I don't. We don't know what he is. I guess
I could have sworn he was
Curtis and Moolah wrote him in with the gays. Apparently, just wrote him in
because he actually. I think he was
when
like,
he was talking with Will the Baddest and stuff like that, talking about girl.
No. I think there was a moment in like a confessional after the big fight when it first happened with Moolah and Carry On, where he was like did a confessional about like how hard it is for gay people that have to be in the house and have to deal with that. Like that was an issue. So I think that he had already made it clear that he was actually gay. He just said what he said in the beginning, playing around, I guess.
He's cute in that picture now.
He's cute in a lot of pictures. I can show you some stuff about Carry On.
Yeah, and then you got Relly B, who's where the money reside. That's that guy. Anthony Hernandez, he is the owner of House HTX in Houston, which is a gay club, apparently. Yeah, you've been?
I've
never been. Houston, let us know how it is. All right. Yeah, you got Moolah Mo, and then you have one of the original bad girls who is like, I guess, the guru, Natalie Nunn. And
she's also one of the like a executive producer of the show. Yeah. So she's as a producer, she's also featured on the show in several episodes. I gotta say this one thing about the the last episode last week at the bowling alley. William the Baddest dancing up on Moolah Mo. And I don't know if it's because he had all these drinks and he was just filling this up, or if he was intentionally doing it because he just didn't like the way he was acting. So, okay, you want to be homophobic? I'm gonna give you something to be homophobic about. Moolah Mo had an issue, and it was like Curtis went out there to try to calm him down. And you really, from the advertisements and everything, you really feel it that he actually got into a fight with somebody. Come to find out, the baby was at the party and he got into a fight with somebody on the bowling alley. Did you see that? You saw that, right?
No.
Oh yeah. So I just thought the irony that it was the baby with all this gay stuff going back and forth, and then like he was the one that got into a fight. They didn't really feature him, just to fight. Anyway.
Oh boy. Well.
Oh God, this one.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of dead rappers,
this one. That was. Oh my gosh.
So,
oh God.
So I don't know if you guys. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the baby's face, and he does have a fat butt, but that's all he's good for to me. So
about to cry.
So
R.I.P. the baby.
Yeah.
Career.
Yep. So there I don't know how long ago it was. It had to be as far as like the events or stuff like that. But there was this DC rapper who was shot and killed. I want to say probably maybe even a few months ago. His name is Gunu. Okay. And guys probably heard about his wake.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. He was shot and killed. He had a regular funeral. Okay. Had a wake. All right. Wake was at a club. All right. Now, typically at a wake, right? Body's not there. Okay. Because that's what the funeral's for. Nope. Not Gunu. Gunu said that he wanted to go out in the club. He wanted to be posted up in the club. And that is literally what they did. Literally what they did. They had a club packed full of people, advertised it as the final Gunu show. All right. And they had pyrotechnics. He was posted up on like the board.
Like he was stood up.
He was stood up performing, but he was dead. Okay, he's dead. All right. Posted up on a board, on stage, lights going everywhere, pyro going everywhere. People are looking. Some people I don't think knew that his body was going to be there because they were just like,
right. That is so morbid. Like, I don't know if I would be able to do something like that.
Yeah, no, apparently it's a trend because I saw this other picture floating around of this guy.
I'm going to change the topic slightly. Big Nate when he passed.
Mm-hmm.
The day before his funeral, there was sort of like a memorial concert for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he was there. The entire service. As if it was a funeral, but it was just a concert. And different people got up and they sang and the choirs was up and people were shouting.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Was he propped up in a chair?
He was laying in his casket.
Okay. See, that's acceptable. Okay.
It was. It's just me, like, even in that situation, like, after a while, it gets a little eerie.
Mm-hmm.
Just for me, like, I'm uncomfortable being around dead bodies for long periods of time.
Oh, yeah, no.
So that, like, just made me feel uncomfortable. And then it's not just like, oh, it's just some dead body. It's somebody that I know and I love.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like it's a little traumatic for me.
Right.
So that would have creeped me out.
For the people. But it's all over Instagram and the shade room and stuff. And yeah, like some people vibing in the crowd. They got video from the
people got the drinks in their hands. A lot of people got their
but you also have people
recording.
You also got people in there looking like, what is going on? Because I don't know if they didn't know. I thought they was like it was a Gunu tribute thing,
right?
Because,
exactly.
But I didn't know that the body was gonna be here, like so. And that's a trend.
I would be so nervous too. Like you propped it up, but like between the bass and the speakers and people bouncing around and making like, what if something happened and shook that thing and it fell over?
Mm-hmm.
Like accidents could happen. I'm sorry for being super paranoid, but that would freak me out.
Yeah, no, and honestly, this is a trend. I saw a photo of a guy who got shot and killed. And they were transporting him to his, viewing and stuff like that. And they had him in a chair.
I saw that.
I saw that. He was he had on a very nice fit, but he was in a chair. They were going to wheel him out the chair and wheel him in and set him up. I saw this one where it was a guy. He died and he was posted up at the funeral with his leg crossed. He had they had a blunt in his one hand. Some liquor in the other hand, and he was.
I saw it. You're right. I remember seeing that though. Let me tell you something. If y'all ever think to prop me up, I'm going to haunt the hell out of every single last one of y'all. Give me the traditional funeral. If that's not the case, I don't mind being cremated because once I'm gone, I'm gone. But if y'all ever think to,
we're gonna set you up for one last OnlyFans.
You're gonna be the main one I haunt too. You're gonna be the main one.
Oh God!
Don't you ever?
Oh God! Final scene. That's terrible because that's
wait. Donate all the proceeds to Red Cross or something.
That's necrophilia right there.
No, hell no.
Video necrophilia. That's terrible.
Don't ever. Oh my God. All right, I'm
Oh
gonna put it in my
gosh.
will. That no, can't even do that. I was about to say something very vulgar and crazy. Can't even say that. It's not gonna happen.
Oh gosh, that was funny.
Anyway.
So, what else? Oh yeah. So moving on to our final topic of the evening. Yeah, but yeah, if you want to be propped up or like have one of those special crazy funerals,
put it down in the comments.
Put it down in the comments.
Would you want for your body to be propped up and viewed? And if so, how? How would you like to be propped up? And if you're the type of person who don't, like, do you have any like special memorabilia that you would want to go with you?
Yeah. That would
put that in the comments and let us know.
In the comments. Our final topic. So we follow some characters on our social medias. And one of your fellow, creators, decided to post a meme, I guess.
A couple statements.
A statement, a verbal or a digital epitaph, if you will. And it said that bottoms cheat by accident, tops cheat to hurt bottoms. So
that is hilarious to me.
I saw it and I was like, we got to discuss.
That is hilarious to me.
Because how the heck does a bottom cheat on accident? Accidentally. All right. Yeah, no. I mean,
can I make a controversial statement? I think tops cheat accidentally. So you out somewhere minding your own business, and here comes this fat booty bottom pushing himself up on you. Because you know they're evil. They do that. And the top is like, oh no, I'm in a relationship. I can't do that. Black men don't cheat. And then the bottom pulls it out and it's like just sits on him. And he's like, I can't control it no more.
Or the bottom pulls it out and speaks into the microphone. And then it's like,
And once he's like,
it's all downhill from there.
Once the young mister is fully awake, he can't just go to sleep without being put to bed. Mm-hmm. So, it's not his fault. Yeah. He didn't wake up by himself.
Once you wake him up, you gotta shake him and you gotta shake him.
Yeah, wake him and shake him.
Throw it up. You gotta throw up to go to sleep.
So, after that situation, like, what am I supposed to do? It's the bottom's fault. So to say that bottoms accidentally cheat and tops cheat to hurt the bottoms, honestly, I was joking with that statement, but I do think that tops put themselves in situations that hurt their bottoms. But they're not necessarily trying, they're just being selfish in the moment. But most times when bottoms cheat in situations like that, it's because they're hurt and they want the top to feel the hurt that they just felt. So they are intentionally going out to hurt the person, whereas the other person is like, I was just being selfish. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't trying to hurt you, but I just wasn't thinking. I did something stupid.
But also, it could also be on a bottom situation too. It's just that it doesn't happen accidentally, in part because and I don't think it happens accidentally on a tops aspect either.
I'm not gonna say it was an accident.
No, because you put yourself in
that situation. You could avoid that situation.
Yeah, and leave. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, just leave. And
you didn't accidentally invite someone over to chill and stuff if you're in a relationship and then it's your partner. That wasn't no accident. You knew what you were doing.
And as far as like a bottom accidentally cheating, like for one thing, like as far as I know, like and me being in the top situation and being made to wait numerous times for things to get prepared. You know what I mean? Not just talking about in a relationship, but I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got preparation. So unless you prep all the time, unless you stay on ready, which is a feat. Like, unless you stay already as a bottom, there is no accidentally. Like, and then it's like, oh, well,
unless you
I'm
just
sorry,
one of those nasty ones who don't care that you ain't.
Well, yeah, they're out there.
Some people just want it that bad that
they're out there.
Do. So, but yeah, most
scatterdatters.
Yeah, so no, that's no accident. Mm-mm. That was intentional.
Yeah, that was intentional. It's like, no, well, babe, we were both naked and I turned to leave because I was just horrified that we were both naked and I turned around and then it just slipped right in. I don't even know. Like, is that an accident? Is that
no? That's pretty intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, same deal, but same deal with the top. Like no.
Right, no.
Because it ain't no. Oh, I don't even know how it got in there. Like I was just chilling with the homies, and then all of a sudden, you know.
But there are situations where people get other people high or drunk or inebriated some kind of way.
Now, yeah,
in that situation,
and
that's
if you
date rape.
Yeah, if you get slipped a Mickey or roofied, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, especially if it's unintentional, you know.
Right.
Yeah, especially if you weren't warned too. Like that's just ridiculous. Because if somebody warns you and says, "Hey, one day I'm gonna roofie you," you need to be prepared for it.
Nah, that's somebody I'm not even gonna associate with.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Nope, I'm not. Unless that's something that I said I wanted, I don't want that. So, no, because now I'm not gonna be able to trust you at all.
It's okay to roofie people on occasion.
Show over.
No.
No, oh my gosh, you did not just say that.
No, I don't believe that. We don't condone that. No.
Oh God.
No. Oh well. No, I'm being a jerk. No, it's not okay to roofie anyway.
Oh my God, I don't.
Not against their permission.
I don't stand with those statements at all.
We do not
reflect the views.
We do that.
Yeah, no, ever. I don't.
You thirsty? Yeah.
Actually, if it's no, it's not.
On accident, right?
No.
But
anyway, we're at 6 at this point. Say what you was about to say?
I was going to say, hey, if you believe that, let us know
I don't even
in the comments if you think that bottoms cheat on accident.
Oh, that part. Okay. Yeah.
Not the roofies. All right.
Yeah.
If you think that tops cheat to hurt bottoms, or if you think it's vice versa, explain in the comments.
I would love to know what you guys.
We'll revisit this. Especially if people make good enough points, we'll revisit this and talk about this.
Yeah.
But no, there's no accident.
Nope. Well, anyway, listen. Before we go, I definitely got to let you guys know that my book is still very much available, and you guys can go to my site, which is right over here, KevynM.com, and purchase your copy of the book. I have a couple of interviews that I've been doing. I actually have a good couple of shows coming up on the Cocktail Hour as well. So you guys can catch me there on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Stoney and I will definitely be back every Saturday. Not Saturday, today's Sunday. Every Sunday at 5.
Live at
Put
5.
it on your calendars. Set a reminder. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube, so that way you'll get a notification every time. Definitely the like. Leave a comment. Interact with us. The more interaction you guys give us, the more we're able to do with the different platforms, and we'll put more into what we're doing. But every Sunday at 5 o'clock, make sure you guys tap and join us, be a part of our conversations. We love the interaction, so join us. Thank you so much, Dennis. So yeah, check us out every Sunday at 5. Don't forget to check out the Cocktail Hour every Tuesday at 7. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night.